Hello there, Azmi here. This video was created by me for a client, and today I am going to share a recap of how I went and created this whole video from scratch just by using the script and the voiceover that the client provided. So we started with some pre-production preparation, highlighting the script, and we highlighted the important points which we can use as visual cues, for which we can use some visual assets like images, videos, or vector files, anything for them, or these are important points that should be highlighted, I think, in the video. So that's why they are highlighted in yellow. Then we went on and searched a bit more on the script to get a better understanding of this tragedy of 2011 of whales being stuck on a firth or beach in Scotland. It also helped us to gather some more visual references for the video to use in the video, like the images of the whale stuck on the beach. Next, we gathered some documents that also helped us to gather some useful stuff, like the red dots on a map that represent the dead whales on the beach. We used that in the hook of the video, as you will see a bit later in this video. The next step is searching or creating the assets for the video to make it a unique experience. So we googled pilot whales, which are the most important assets in the video, and we got some images. Next, I went to Giphy to search up any GIFs for this exact pilot whale, but unfortunately I didn't find any whale that looked like the one we searched on Google. What this does is that it provides us with some references for animating a whale if needed from an image, like we will be doing later in the video. After my unsuccessful research on Giphy for a whale animation GIF that can be looped forever for our video, I went to FreePic to find a vector for our whale. As a last resort for good quality results, I went to ChatGPT and generated a top and side view of the pilot whale by giving it the references images that we downloaded from the Google, and with a white background that we will be using for an animation of the pilot whale. It generated the images, and next step was preparing these images for animation. I saw the references that we will be using for the movement or the animation of the whale that we downloaded from the Giphy, and for that we needed to have separate arms. So that's what I did in Photoshop. I separated the whale from the background, removed the background, and separated both arms of the whale in both top and side views in Photoshop, and prepared two Photoshop files with the top view and side view. Next step was animating the whales and creating a infinite loop of this animation. For that, for the arms animation, I simply used rotation and applied a loop out cycle script on that, and it helped it to continually loop throughout the video. For the next movement, we had to do some kind of movement to the tail of the whale, and for this movement I used Puppet tool. But there was a problem with Puppet tool, that if I had applied Puppet tool, then there was a error with the arms. So I had to pre-compose the already animated arms with the body of the whale and then apply Puppet tool to the whole whale, and then in the last step animate the last three anchors of the Puppet tool for the movement of the tail. So this is how I animated the whale, and now we are ready for the production step of the video, where we start creating the video. So I started working with the hook. The hook is the most important part of the video, so we will try to use the max of our abilities to work on the 5 or 6 second of the hook. What we try to do in the hook is that give the idea of the whole video in the first 5 to 6 seconds, and for that I have used some taglines and the symbolism of red dots representing the dead whales, and the nature's giant body of the whale, whole whale above it. And to start with, I used some clouds, and initially I used a compass with the clouds too at the start, but at the request of client, I removed it in the original video, in the final version of the video. The idea of clouds was, clouds I think represent some kind of confusion, smokiness, and blur the details. So this is how I wanted to start, because as the script says, it was a strange and dark movement. So what I tried to capture with the clouds is that. So this was basically it. And if you have any questions or video ideas, let me know in the comments. I will add a speed ramp of the whole production process now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Most people don't know this, but one of the strangest and darkest events in Scotland happened on this quiet stretch of coastline. If you look at a map of the Scottish Highlands, just above Inverness, you'll see the long, narrow inlet known as the Dornoch Firth. In July 2011, a massive pod of over 70 long-finned pilot whales was seen moving along the Moray Firth, heading west. Pilot whales are unbelievably loyal. If one turns, the whole pod follows. So when a single whale became sick, it led over 70 others straight into a tidal trap. The Firth has huge tidal flats, shifting sandbars, and areas that go completely dry at low tide. When the whales entered, the tide was falling and the water around them was getting shallower every minute. One by one, they became stuck on the sandbanks near Embo and Dornoch Beach. By the next morning, there was a long line of stranded bodies stretching across several miles of coastline. Even now, on satellite imagery, you can see odd shapes and scars along the shoreline where the bodies lay and where the rescue trenches were dug.